Hello, my mathematicians. It's time to get warmed up. So in order to do that, we're going to do a couple little counting exercises. Let's count by twos, but let's start with 22. Are you ready? 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40, 42, 44, 46, 48, 50, 52, 54, 56, 58, 60, 62, 64, 66, 68. Stop. How'd you do? Do you feel like you're getting better? I think you are. Make sure you keep those cameras on. Let's count by fives now, but let's start with 15. So think about that. 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100, 105, 110, 115, 120. Stop. How'd you do? Did you make it? All right. Let's count by tens, but let's count by tens starting with 5. So again, I want you to picture in your head, think of your number grid, 5's going down. So there's going to be a 5 in the ones place every time. And let's start with 5, shall we? So it'll sound like this. Count with me. I'm going to watch your mouth. 5, 15, 25, 35, 45, 55, 65, 75, 85, 95, 105, 115, 125, 135, 145, 155. Stop. Great job. High five. All right, one more warm up. We're going to do some sums of 10. So remember, I'm going to give you a number, and I want you to show me, so you're going to have your hands up. I want you to show me with your fingers what number goes with the number I'm about to show you. Are you ready? Remember, if you need to use those fingers to count, use them. That's what they're there for. If you know them right away, put them up right away. Are you ready? Here's your first number. Put it up as soon as you can. 2. Tuck away 2. 1, 2. Your answer is 8. Great job. Let's do another one. How about this one? Here's one. 4. What goes with 4 to make 10? The answer is 6. How'd you do? Let's do another one. Let's do, how about this one? 7. What number goes with 7 to make 10? Here's my 10. I'm going to tuck away 7, but watch how fast I can do this. I can do it quick like this. 5, 6, 7. What do I have left? 3. So if you had 3 up, you were good. Let's do one more warm up. Are you ready? Show me what goes with 5. What goes with 5? Some of you did that pretty fast because you were able to go 5. And you know you've got 5 fingers, right? Wonderful, wonderful work. This is what we're going to do right now. We are going to actually be doing something a little different, where we're going to be looking at area. And today what you're going to need is you're going to need a template like this that we gave you when you first came and picked it up. So let's take a look at journal page 14. And you don't have to have your journal out right now. We'll get it out in just a minute. Okay, so on page 14, we have 3 rectangles. And what we're going to be doing is we are going to use our template to cover these rectangles. And what I mean by that is this first one says, cover this rectangle with squares. So after you're done watching this video, not now, you are going to go ahead and try to fit as many squares as you can. So there's a square. Now if I'm going to try and put one right next to it, so I want to get as many as I can. So in order to get as many as I can, I want to get as close together as I can. So I'm going to be doing this and seeing how many squares it will take me to cover this entire rectangle, right? Remember, you can go above and see how many you can get in. Now for this rectangle, it says cover this rectangle with triangles. So you've got 2 different kind of triangles here on this template. Some of you might have only one, but you are going to go ahead and draw as many triangles as you can. And I am going to show you kind of how I would do it to try to fit them in here nice and easy. You could even turn this template. Look at what happens when I turn it. I can fit it right on down there. There's another triangle, isn't it? I just turned it on a different side. Still, a triangle is just a shape with 3 sides. So you can see you can fill up this entire thing with triangles. And again, you can use a small one or the big one. And then this last one, it says to cover this rectangle with circles. So again, you decide if you want to use the big circle or the little circle, but I want you to use the same one. So if you decide to do circles, the big circles, use just the big circles. If you decide to do the little circles, use just the little circles. It's your choice, but again, you're going to want to cover them and get them as close as you can. See how I'm able to do that? And then we'll see if we can cover that entire area. And in fact, area is a word that we're going to be, you may not have known this, but area is actually a math word. So for today, that's the only page we're going to do is page 14. And then I want to show you something else that you might remember from last year. Do you remember what these are called? Got some. They're called base 10 blocks, right? And the cool, I've talked to you before, even with those sums of 10, 10 is so important in math. In fact, in other countries, even when they take measurements, like meters, it's always has something to do with 10. It makes it really easy if we can learn our 10s. So if I were to take these, let me see, this one might look a little better here, and count and put all these little ones together. You know how many there are? Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this is 10. So anytime you have a shape like this, you don't even have to count it anymore. It's 10. These, we can tell, we can count. They're 1 each, right? So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. And this, do you know how many are on here? 100. You know how I know? This is 10. And look at that. It fits perfectly on top of it. So that's 10. So I can count by 10s and see how many there are. Why don't you count with me? We can count together. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So whenever you see something flat like this, this is 100. Now, if you wanted to, you could even write base 10 blocks, and you don't have to write them with all those lines because that would take forever. So if I were to write out what I just did here, I could draw it like this. There's one like that. There's my little 10. And for my little ones, I'm just going to make little dots like that. Okay. And these are actually, then I can count up my numbers pretty quickly. There's 100. There is 110. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 ones. So right here on my board right now, I have 114 squares. That was a lot faster than counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wasn't it? I know, right? So let's do another one. And then I've got something really fun to show you. So I'm going to go ahead and we'll do another one. Let's see here. How about I do this? Okay. So let's see how many are here. And let's see if we can count them up pretty quickly. I'm going to kind of put them up here so we can see them a little better. So if I was going to draw this, I've got one of those, I've got 3 of these, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so if I had to write that number and I need to count it up really quickly, I know I've got 100. I know I've got 3 10s. And I know that I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 ones. So that answer is 137. Now I want to show you something because sometimes you might not have any 10s. And if you don't have any 10s, you need to say you don't have any 10s. And to show that I have 0 10s, I would want to put in a 0 there. So now that number is 107. Okay, let's do another one. Let's me see here. Got some ones and count them up here. Okay, so again, I have one of these. I don't have any 10s, but I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now, when you heard me count, did you hear me say 10? I did too. Look at this here. Oops. I put these up like this. That equals 10, doesn't it? It's the exact same size. So in fact, just to make it easier for myself, I'm going to put that there. Take out these 10s. Now I can see it really easy, can't I? I've got 100. I've got 110, and I've got 2 1s, and if I were going to write that number, it would look like this: 100, 110, and 2 1s. So that number is actually 112. Okay, so it's kind of a fun thing to play with. And today, actually, after you are done with that journal page where you're going to write all those templates on, we have something super cool to show you. So there is a website, and I'm going to see if I can share a different screen with you. Let's see if this will work. I hope it's going to work for me. I don't know. All right, so we're going to share a screen with you. And in our classrooms, you might see something that looks like this. I don't know if you can see my mouse, but up by my window, it says Virtual Math Manipulatives, and we'll show you that later. But when you click on that, it is going to take you to this page, and we are going to have fun with those base 10 blocks that we were just using. So do you see the base 10 blocks on this? If you look down on the shelf on the very bottom on the left, there is a picture with a pink 10 and a green 1 and a purple 100 and that giant block. That's actually 1,000 if you can believe it. But you're going to click on that, and that will take you to this page. On this page, you are going to be able to create whatever you want using base 10 blocks. Now, I've been exploring with this, and it is fun. So you're going to be able to make whatever you want with it. So I just want to show you that down on the bottom left, if you can see, there's some with yellows, and then there's some with yellow and red and green. I'm going to keep the yellow, green, and red one clicked down, and then I'm going to make a picture. And I'm going to use these base 10 blocks. So I've got one here I'm going to use this here. I'm actually making a picture. I don't know if you're going to be able to see what my picture is. And in fact, it might start to make sense here in a minute. Let me try here. Can you see what I'm making? Maybe not yet. So you're going to click on a shape, hold it down, and just drag it over to wherever you want it to go. Now you can, maybe you're starting to see my picture. I think you might see it better if I change the color of the that long that goes straight across. So if I click on that, and at the very bottom, there's 3 little raindrops with different colors, red or yellow, green, and red. I'm gonna go ahead and click on the yellow. It kind of, to me, looks like a jack-o'-lantern. Maybe I'll make a stem up here. Let me see if I can do that. And you could make whatever picture you want. You could make a house. You could make an animal. You get to be creative and do it however you want. I might want to make my stem. Actually, I'm going to change that color to green. Did you know that when pumpkins first start out, they're green? Those stems are green. Then they kind of turn brown, don't they? All right, so now I have made a jack-o'-lantern. How perfect is that for October? But I'm wondering how many blocks I used. So the cool thing is at the very bottom, you have a drawing tool if you want to help you, or you could use your whiteboard. I'm going to use it just because I don't think I can show you everything at once. So that drawing tool brings up some crayons and things over here that you can write with. The very top one, you can actually, well, this is, I guess, something different. You can change colors. Like I might make a background even. This would be kind of fun. So maybe I'm going to put like the ground. Oops. No, I think I did the wrong one. Let's try it again. That crayon has to be up. I know that you guys will be able to explore and probably do even better than I can on this. But here's some grass. Maybe I want to put a leaf over by my. Now the cool thing is if you mess up, there's an eraser there. So you could erase what you didn't like. And that's fine too. So just so you can see, you can have so much fun with this. But I'm also going to ask you how many base 10 blocks you used for your picture. So let's see if we can figure this out. Now at the very bottom again, there's a T. That means text box. So you can actually kind of figure it out. So I'm going to see if I can move this. Oh, it's not going to let me move it. Oh, here it is. Okay. If you pull the top button, you can pull it to the side. So that one big flat was worth how many? Do you remember? 100, right? And then I'm going to see what else I have here. So if I have 100 and then I have this one, do you remember how much this one was worth? 10. And then I'm going to count all my little ones. So I've got 1, and I don't know if you can see my mouse, but I'm going to count them. And again, what you could do if you make your pictures, you can use your finger and just count them. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I'm going to put plus, and then I'm going to put 12. So that is what I have right now. So I'm going to go ahead and put that down. And so if I were to think about it in base 10, I would have 100. And look, I have a 10 here. And I could count out 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, but look at that one right there. 10, 11, 12. So if I were to count up all of my blocks that I used, I would have 100, 110, 120, 121, 122. So my answer would be 122. And it's super hard to write with these. So again, if you wanted to, you could click that text box right there and you could just do 1, 2, 2 and be done. And then you can, again, you can move it around wherever you want it to be so that we can see how many blocks that you used. You can, again, get creative. Maybe I'm going to put a moon in here. I don't know. Maybe I'll have it be night. Let's see if that works. Oh, let's try it again. I guess that pencil needs to, or that marker crayon, whatever, needs to be going up. So maybe I'm going to put a moon there. So you can get creative and make anything you want. Now, if you want to share this with your teacher, you can do that. And at the very, very bottom of the screen, there's a little square with an arrow that's pointing. If you click on that, it'll say share actually. And what you can do is right here, it says copy link. So you can press copy link. And then what you could do is you could go back into your classroom and whatever was the last thing we posted, you can click on it. And if you click toward the right side of your mouse, it'll say paste. because you just copied it. Now you're going to paste it over here. You can paste it, and it will actually send your picture where we can see the different pictures. And we can practice this. Remember, this is day one. So if you're stressed out and you can't figure it out, you can watch this video again if you want. And we can do it on other days too. But it's kind of a fun one. So if you wanted to see what it looked like then, each other's, you could just click on them and up will come, hopefully, yep, the picture that you did. So today what you're going to do is you are going to go ahead and have a lot of fun, I hope. You're going to do that page where you're going to cover everything with the templates, and then you can have fun in that math manipulative page again. So just a reminder of how you're going to get there. Let me show you one more time because I know that sometimes these feel fast. So if you go into your classroom and you click on the virtual math manipulatives poster somewhere in there, and then you go to the very bottom left and click on the base 10 blocks, that's how you're going to bring up that page. And again, just play, explore, have fun with it. And I can't wait to see your pictures. I think they're going to be awesome. So today, just expect that your teachers could be popping in. We're going to be asking you some questions because you have finished Unit 1, and I'm so proud of you. You've done such an amazing work with all your skip counting and everything else. So have fun with this today, and we will see you soon. Great job, mathematicians.